Walk down the streets of Jerusalem, Brooklyn, or Bozeman, Montana, and you'll notice something similar. Small huts with plant roofs and Jews with rather interesting bouquets in their hand. They're celebrating Sukkot, a major Jewish holiday, one of the 3 pilgrimage festivals, along with Passover and Shavuot. On the one hand, it's one of the most visible Jewish holidays, but not everyone knows that much about it. Ready to get a close-up, zoomed-in, front-seat view of Sukkot? Let's go. The holiday of Sukkot starts 5 days after Yom Kippur, on the 15th day of Tishrei. It has 2 major unique observances. For the duration of the holiday, we eat our meals and generally spend our time in a sukkah, a shelter with a roof made of unprocessed plants that were harvested from the ground, like corn stalks, evergreen branches, or bamboo sticks. Why? This is the season when we harvest all that grew during the winter rainy season, dried out in the sunny summer days, and is now ready to be brought into the home. So we cover the sukkah, which means shelter by the way, with harvested materials. The reason for the sukkah shelter is that God sheltered our ancestors with the protective clouds of glory when He led them through the desert on their way from Egypt to the Holy Land. So we can think of the sukkah like a big hug, a kind of I love you note from God to the Jewish people after all the personal work we did during the days of awe, Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippur. Sukkot has another unique mitzvah called the arba minim, the 4 species. We grasp 4 different plant species in our hand. An etrog, a citron fruit, a lulav, a palm frond, hadassim, at least 3 myrtle twigs, aravot, 2 willows. Often this mitzvah is referred to by just the first 2 of the species, the lulav and etrog, or sometimes it's just called a lulav. No matter what you call it, the mitzvah is to hold them all together. Every day of Sukkot, except for Shabbat, we do the mitzvah of taking the lulav and etrog. First we say a special blessing, and then gently wave these 4 species in all 6 directions. In some traditions we do south, north, east, up, down, and west, indicating the unity of all directions. Unity is a common theme for Sukkot. The 4 species represent Jews of all stripes: the activists, the scholars, the scholar activists, and the Jew who is special just for being a Jew. And the sukkah? It surrounds us all, from head to toe, uniting each and every one of us together under its patchy roof. So, how long does this celebration last? The first day, actually the first 2 days in the diaspora, is Yom Tov, a holiday, almost like Shabbat. We don't work, we light candles, say special prayers, and we enjoy delicious meals in the sukkah. The next days are Chol HaMoed, intermediate days, when work restrictions are relaxed, but we still make sure to enjoy fine meals in the sukkah, wave the lulav, take off from work, and have a joyous time. They then lead directly into the 8th day, the uber-joyous holiday of Shmini Atzeret and Simchat Torah, which is probably the most joy-filled time on the Jewish calendar, when Jews take the Torah and dance with it joyously. I just use the word joy a lot. In fact, joy is a major component of this holiday, the season of our rejoicing. In temple times, there would be juggling, singing, and dancing lasting all night, every night for this entire week. And many communities continue the practice today, taking the existential joy of being a Jew to the streets. In temple times, the celebration was centered around a unique ritual in which water was drawn from a spring outside of Jerusalem and poured onto the altar. This signaled our prayerful wishes for another year of nourishing and life-giving rain. The celebration was so intense that the sages declared anyone who did not see the joy of the water drawing never saw joy in his life. Now, what is so happy about water? Nothing! And that's just the point. Sometimes we need to celebrate the things that are so true and run so deep that they have no color, no taste, and no smell, just like water. And like water, it's what gives spiritual life to everything that happens in our lives. Here's to a super happy Sukkot.